Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Funny. Uh we lagging? I feel like I'm lagging a bit. Let me get the music. I don't know how I have my internet connected like through Ethernet cord, and I don't know how it's simultaneously going faster and slower at the same time. It's confusing me because like I was recording a little bit a while ago with Mint and my internet started giving out. So I was like, okay, let me directly connect my Ethernet cord, and it's working better, obviously, and it worked when we were recording, but now it's like everything's moving slower but faster. It's weird. I don't know. Fucking confusing. But anyway, record some episodes with Mint for Tits and Areolas. They were great. I think so. They're great. The greatest episodes you ever see. Great. They're gonna be the greatest. You're gonna see them. When you see them, you're gonna think they're great. They're wonderful. They're great. I'm just here chilling. What is it, like 2 days before the election? I don't care. I'm just trying to make it another week through work without feeling antsy. Take my ketamine, take my risperidone, take my clonazepam, and just like relax. Try to chill, but whatever. We're here, we're doing it. Another day, another dollop of daisy. Am I right? Uh, but at least we get paid. I get paid 3 times this month as long as I work. So that'll be good. It'll give me some extra money to invest in. Well, not in parlays. I kept fucking losing in parlays, but invest in, I don't know, candles. I've been buying. I have a lot of candles. I've been buying. I like candles, scented candles. When you get older, you start liking things like that. You know. Let's check out the news. Man, I feel like this shit's laggy. American journalist detained in Iran as Supreme Leader uh Khamenei threatens U.S. Israel State Department says. I didn't read about this. I mean, the headline kind of says it all. Iran's being a jerk and threatening the U.S. and Israel. And I thought we were helping out Iran. I thought we were giving them money or rations or food or something like that. And then they come and they threaten the U.S. They threaten Israel. It's, I don't know, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, it's an election, right? You got to have war. War. We don't speak anymore of war. We don't speak anymore of war. We don't speak anymore. Do. We will fight the heathens. But whatever. That's just shit's gonna get brushed under the rug because we got an election to worry about. So whatever, right? That's just life. That's the shit we already worry about. I need to worry about my niece's quinceañera or her birthday and what to get her. I already got her something though. I got her a book because she likes books. She's at that age where girls like books, and I'm proud because it's easy to buy books. Books are easy on Amazon. Amazon used to be a bookstore, believe it or not. Not very long ago too did it just sell books. I remember when I was in college in around 2007, 2008, and I remember buying my college books from Amazon. Yeah, there used to be a bookstore, not the behemoth that they are now, or whatever behemoth, whatever you would call it. Next year on the news, speaking of books, report public school book bans surged by 200%, affecting more than 10,000 titles. More than 10,000 books were banned in public schools nationwide during the 2023-2024 school year, marking a quote dramatic 200% increase over the previous year. Uh, some 43% of these book bans were instances in which books were completely prohibited from access, ineligible for either a review or for availability with newly imposed restrictions. I don't know what books they are. It's not telling me. It's just telling me the most frequently banned books were 19 Minutes by Jodi Picoult, Looking for Alaska by John Green, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. Is that a bad book? I thought they made a movie about that. Sold by Patricia McCormick at 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. Well, I know 13 Reasons Why that was banned. It's a book about suicide, basically. 19 Minutes is a 2007 bestseller about a school shooting. Okay, so I could see why that would be banned, even though that is a certain book one important book to read. So I wonder if Number of the Stars got banned. I remember reading that book. It was a good book about Jewish girl, right? I think. I don't recall now. I doubted if they banned, Man Search for Meaning, even though I don't know if that's a school book, but that's a pretty good book. I like Man Search for Meaning. But whatever. I mean, that's the government limiting our information and our knowledge. It's 1984, right? They probably banned that book too. It's what Apple wants. They want us to buy all the books digitally now. Next year on the news. God, dude, my internet's going slow. I don't know. It's my computer. Wendy's to close 140 more restaurants by end of year. See, this is kind of heartbreaking because I like Wendy's. It was my first job. I have a soft spot for Wendy's. Also, they just make good burgers. Like I love their burgers. I love their fries. They got good chili too, even though it's just made from burnt meat. Yeah, but this kind of breaks my heart because I do like Wendy's, even though again it was my first job, and I love like the manager that first hired me there to give me my first job, but then also hate it because I was only there for like I don't even think I was even there for a year, maybe 9 months before I quit there and went to Taco Bell. And yeah, I love Taco Bell. I was there for like almost 2 years at Taco Bell. That was great. But I mean, I hate it because I like Wendy's. You know why they have square burgers? Because they don't cut corners. But no, Wendy's is good. I would say it's a good place for a first job. It just wasn't good there in my hometown because the managers were pieces of shits. I remember I would get overtime and they would not pay me for it. And I remember the time they didn't pay me for it, and I got like super upset where I was like crying. And I ended up getting overtime the next week, but keeping all my receipts for clocking in. And so when I told them I got overtime, they were like, "Well, show us the proof." And I had all the receipts, and they were all mad that they had to pay me overtime. They like made sure I didn't get more than 40 hours anymore. I hated those managers, except Wani. Wani was great. I loved Wani. Maria Juanita. I loved her. Still love her. But Wendy's, shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. 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 What's next year on the news? Surfer bit by shark off Hawaii coast, part of leg severed in attack. A surfer in Hawaii was bitten by a shark off the coast of Maui Friday. A 61-year-old local man was surfing at a surf spot known as Sandpals when he was bitten. First responders said that the man's right leg had been severed in the attack. A GoFundMe account has been identified, and that's about it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're attacking more people, sharks. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing, a bad thing. I really don't know, like, the data on this. I mean, it's telling me a little bit about the data, but I'm not a shark person. I'm not into sharks. I get what's funny is like um Black History Month, they give them like a month, and then Mexicans get like a week, of remembrance, and sharks get Shark Week too. So it's like, okay, Mexicans and sharks are about the same thing pretty much, which I can agree with. We're a bunch of sharks, right? Bunch of greasy shacks. But that's a shame that he got bit. I don't know. I don't know if I'm sure he wasn't provoking the shark. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, or the right place at the wrong time. I don't know what you'd say. And yeah, that's a shame. It sucks that he has to do a GoFundMe. I mean, that just tells you about our health, the way America's health plans are, and that he has to do a GoFundMe immediately after getting bitten by a shark because he can't afford the hospital stay. So it's pretty fucked up. But again, government, what can you do but just deal with it, especially when you're some sort of 60-year-old man who surfs? I don't know. I guess that's a hobby for an older man. I don't know. I don't know about surfing. I don't know about sharks. I just talk about the news and deal with horrible anxiety every day of my life because of my mother. So whatever. What can you do, right? A little bit of my father too, but I don't really blame him as much anymore. Lastly, here on the news. God, dude, my computer's going slow. FBI issues warning over two fake election videos. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is warned of two fake videos circulating online that aim to cast doubt around the US presidential election. The latest in a series of alerts. BBC found evidence linking the videos to a much larger Russia-based operation that was produced hundreds of fakes directed at the election in recent months. I don't know how to think about this because I mean, if you think about it, the videos that like candidates put out to either mudsling at their opponents or to help themselves look better are very misleading too, where I could almost feel like they're fake as well. And so it's a very odd subject for them to say, "Oh, these videos are fake. Don't consider them part of your choice in voting." And but it's like, why should I even consider the other people's videos? Like these videos about I saw a video about a woman that was like dying, bleeding out or something, and the husband calls a doctor and he's like, "What can I save her, doc?" And the husband or the doctor's like, "She needs an abortion right now." And then the politician takes the phone away and it's like, "You're not allowed to get abortions. I don't care if she dies, but you can have children." And it's like paid for by Kamala Harris or whatever. And I'm like, "What? Like, is this for real? Like, is this supposed to scare me into thinking that like women will get to that point where um abortion like right at the point at the precipice, right at the edge where an abortion will either save their lives or kill them, and they wait until they're at home to call their doctor, and like right at the edge of that. Like I don't like how ridiculous is that, you know what I mean? And how can I not think that is fake, or some sort of SNL skit, I know that just recently too on SNL they had Kamala Harris, and apparently they were saying that it might be illegal because you're not supposed to have them on the airwaves 60 days before the election or it's unfair or something. And I don't know, some weird rule, but of course they're not going to like punish her because she's a sitting vice president, but I don't know. I don't really care. It was like not funny, um, but more cringy. But that's how SNL's been lately. I know there was a little time where I was like kind of into SNL when they still had like David S. Pumpkins and shit in there. That was kind of funny. Keenan Thompson is what keeps it watchable, I think. Otherwise, everyone else is kind of whatever. But yeah, SNL is just gay. It's just fucking gay is what it is. Like, I don't know. That guy from the AT&T commercials is kind of funny though too, but really it's gay. Shane Gillis really dodged a bullet there by not you know, getting hired there and working there and whatever. I wonder if this episode is going to be super laggy because I just feel like it is because I'm like lagging every fucking second while I'm doing it. I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see this episode come out and it be laggy or unwatchable. But hey, sometimes we have these episodes where they're all technical difficulties. Oh well, what can we do? This like that's why this is a one man show. Is how we fucking get it done, right? As haphazardly as we can, but we will get it done every day. I promise you that. Uh, yeah, I do promise you that. That's the one thing I try to promise. But anyways, that's all, folks, and that's all funny, guys. Let me play the music. Hopefully, it starts playing because I'm lagging. Oh wow, the music's not playing. There we go. It's playing. That's all funny, guys. I want to thank you for listening to the podcast. That's all funny. Available anywhere podcasts are available. Search That's all funny. Uh, it really is available anywhere podcasts are available. Just search That's all funny. Do a podcast on Gabe called That's Okay, Babe. Coming out today. Actually, it's probably showing right now as you're listening to this, where we talk about wrestling. That's on Mondays at 11 a.m. I think it comes out live, so you can check that out. Its own podcast and on Twitter and YouTube. I do a show with the wonderful Mint Salad called Tits and Areolas with Mint Salad, where we talk about a movie, watch, play a little game. That's on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. ET on its own podcast stream, and then on YouTube. youtube.com/@LorenzoAriola for video versions of these podcasts. Hopefully they're not as laggy as this one. I honestly hope so. Yeah, you can check that out. Check out the patreon.com/LorenzoAriola. The donation links there if you want to help give to the show, help produce the show, not make it as laggy as this, because I really need. I have my internet wired. I don't know why the fuck this is going on. This is fucking goofy, you know. But again, I want to thank y'all for listening, for dealing with me. Y'all are great. Like, share, subscribe, rate 5 stars, all that. Sure. Take care. Be safe. Bye.